Lionsgate's collective messages. Hi, loves. Welcome. Welcome. We're at the Lionsgate. Hey, just got in from the park. I love it. Ashe, out here doing the work. I see you. I see you. Welcome, Vida. Welcome, Sacred. I'm excited for these messages. I'm not even going front. 0:55 on the timer. I'm seeing how the energy is, but I may do a cardinal message, fixed, mutable, or I may do based on the elements once we get through with our collective message. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm gonna see what the vibe is and the way the collective message comes through. Okay, so welcome. It will be timestamped nonetheless. Thank you, Goddess. But yeah, let's get started. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the Giza pyramids. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Sekhmet. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the ones that protect and guide me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, 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 ashe. I'm going to start with thank you, love. I'm feeling amazing. I'm not going for it. I am fasting too, and I feel amazing. So it's a whole vibe right now. It's a whole vibe right now. Let me let me get some of this here vibes in the ears. Something smooth, you feel me? We're gonna go here first. Okay. So let's see. Beloved source, we are here for your guidance, using me as the messenger of this guidance for the collective. What is the message? 8/8 2022. What is this Lion's Gate peak moment message for the collective? And what's coming through at this moment has something to do with the 10th house that we kept seeing these past few readings. And is to the effects of getting to this space where you heal these traumatic wounds, even the ones, especially the ones that are so subtle that you may not even realize that they're there until you get to this space, either through fasting, detoxing, or an alignment like the one we have at this moment, where you're able to see it clearly as to why, what, when, where, in connection to the how that belongs to source, why you may do the things that you do as far as being recognized or your achievements. We tend to pick up certain careers based on our experience. Our experience tends to stem from someone else's experience that we observe. And through that observation, we may have made a subconscious decision to align with that experience, making it our experience without actually going through that experience, but just from observation. And what happens between the mind, body, spirit, and soul from that observation. And now you're in this space where all of that has come to surface so you can see it clearly, see it very clearly. To now make that decision. For some, that decision is basically having that conversation with yourself to realize where all of this stems from and why you may be operating the way that you have been. Not making things so challenging for yourself, realizing that you do have the opportunity to live a life that's effortless. But first, you must know thyself and have unconditional love for thyself in order to do what it is that you love and not confuse it with something that you feel like you have to do that then becomes something you want to do because you can do it and because you have to take care of certain things, but then it blocks you out from what you love to do. And what you love to do to somebody else may seem like a lot of work, but for you is extremely simple. And that could also be another reason why you may be, you may back up from what it is that you love to do because it's so simple. And again, that's also connected to a lot of traumas and the lack of connection to the heart chakra, which is where the understanding, what stands under the heart, has a lot to do with what you have, what you want, and what you can do. But is it truly connected to what you love to do? Because that also now trickles into all areas of life: career, social relationships, partners, when it comes to love. You know what I'm saying? Like, even certain family members you may connect to or find yourself having to disconnect from. It's all part of the journey. And the further along you go in your spiritual journey, you'll start to really see and feel and know the meaning of unconditional love through your vessel. In that knowing, you'll have particular stages that could be painful. And that pain, it's really more so you shedding old skin. So it's just coming out of something that you're used to or comfortable with. It has some real good glue on there. And it's, to peel it off, it's like, but the further along you go, you realize it's not pain. It's been classified as such because, again, of a lot of the structures and systems we have that humanity follows, rather than each one knowing thyself in connection to source and moving based on that, you know? So, Ashe. Yeah, that's one thing. If y'all have this urge of getting teary-eyed, don't hold back. Release that. Release that. That is beautiful though. Just today I noticed I bought a vocal course, and while doing the warm-up, I started getting teary-eyed and the urge to cry, realizing there's still some blockages. You know what also too? Just based off what I was just saying not too long ago, when you start to get teary-eyed, that's something, another message that came through earlier. When you get teary eyed and you release that, you're releasing the blockages. So it's like you may not even have the blockages, that those tears that you have is releasing, because now you're using your vocals and you're sending that vibration and that frequency to unblock it. And the result of that is the tears. So that was another, profound message that came through these last couple days. And that goes into also when somebody can tell someone, or they're too emotional or they're sensitive, or asking them, why are you crying? You got no reason to cry and all this other stuff. No, the person may not know your reason. They don't have to. Why? No one's here to understand you. No one can understand you. Like, the deeper you really go into what I'm saying right now, no one can truly understand you. That's for you to do. Your heart is in your chest, their heart is in their chest. Grand Lionsgate, my love, bonsoir. So yeah, those tears, that's the major download that came through. Those tears is that signal where it's like you released it. You released it. And a lot of you right now are gonna have tears of, yeah, I would say joy. Yeah, they're tears of joy. They may not come across as such in the moment, but that's exactly what it is, because you'll feel the joy instantly. And that's also how you know you're healing. Then when you release those tears and you get this sense of you can breathe now. It's like really dropping a load. So let's see what the message is. What's the message, beloved? Yeah, so yeah, you don't have blocks. You're releasing them. hmm That's what's up. Thank you for sharing, Vida. It's beautiful. What's the message for the collective? This Lions Gate. This is exciting. Nah, this Lions Gate is rich. You can feel. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. You can feel the intensity, the sensuality of this Lions Gate. Whenever you find yourself tapping into that intensity, that sensuality of it, like you get this wave that passes through you where you're like, yo, in that moment, I don't care where you at. Say 3 affirmations. Say 3 of them. Do that. And watch the universe work. Watch the universe work. This energy is so beautiful. I was outside. Oh, so I saw 444 so many times. 888 twice. I was out there stretching, meditating, vibing, just having just me and my inner child had a moment. Like, all my imaginary friends, we was out there, we was lit today. Okay, we are usually lit, but for some reason we was. You know how many monarch butterflies I saw? I usually see come across like one or two, three. It was about seven of them. Twice doubles. I said, okay. Had me out there chaperoning the birds, telling them not to be fighting each other, be nice to listen. We had a moment today. Then I'm sitting there vibing. Today was the moon. And this lady has two dogs and they're loose, they're chilling. I think it's a Pomeranian. Nice orangey. It basically looked like a lion. Now that I'm sitting here telling y'all about this, looked like a lion. Yeah. And it came right over to me. The name was either Casper or Jasper. One of the two. I should have asked. But beautiful dog. It just came up to me. It was like, I was like, hey. And it went back. Then this lady could smell the sandalwood incense that I was using. I could hear her from like wherever she was walking from, and she was kind of apprehensive about asking me what it was. All I did was turn around and I smiled. She was like, "What is?" I was like, "It was sandalwood," and I just gave her two of them. It was just that's the type of moment that we're in, where we just the more you are able to assist someone. That's what I was also saying in the live when I went on live on IG. I did remove it and I'm putting just clips of it. But a lot of you are coming from this energy where you have people around you when you ask them for support, their feedback is you should be able to do this kind of like tough love, but again, there's no such thing as tough love. If we're being real, there is no such thing as tough love when it comes to unconditional love. Love is pure, love is light, it's not tough. Right? It shouldn't even be a challenge. But you'll have people who would say, I've done it on my own, you can do it too. When you ask them for support, that in itself shows the wounding of humanity. There's a lot of people walking around here like that. They may not say that verbatim, but there is something to that effect. Let me see what y'all saying. This gate has been pushing me to sleep. My messages are coming from another realm. What I need to see is not in the 3D. Mine's been 919 1111 111. It's real I am. Woke up with a white dog at my front door. Chill out. That is beautiful, sacred. Eileen, welcome, love. So we got some messages. We have, look at affirmations is here. And then we have Sowilu, which speaks of the sun, the energy of the sun. Wholeness the body requires is the energy of the sun, the center, the core, the solar plexus. It also speaks of guidance, mastery, and the seat of the soul, cosmic energies, and meeting of goals, transmutation of thought into energy for action, activating highest values, strengthening of psychic centers, all chakras. And this is also the counter force to the cosmic ice, Isa or Isa, one of the runes. This also speaks of force of fire in the physical and mental world. Force of fire, force of the wand, that ace of wands, in the physical and mental world, the energy of the sun. Then we have affirmations here, and then spot on. So that message that came through right before these cards came out, that's definitely something to go back and listen to, and even see what messages come in for you as well if you do decide to replay it. And then we have this room, which speaks of you receiving, basically, you receiving your affirmations, what you're affirming. This could even have something to do with property, okay? Food, livestock, fulfillment, ambition flowing, wealth, new beginnings, cattle, welcome Hathor, dynamic power, sexual attraction, young love, beginning stages, initial conditions, projections. So we're going to pause right there with projections. And I feel like I'm going to pull the angels and ancestors message with that. What do you have to say here based on this message that we have right now? Source, what is the projection message here? Angels and ancestors, what is your message of guidance for the collective when it comes to projection? Because not everyone is on this type of energy when it comes to the empowerment that you could receive from the frequency surrounding you. So there, that's just what it is. It's basically going back to you're doing or you're not. There's no such thing as trying. You're either doing it or you're not. So what is the message here, beloved, regarding projection for the collective, angels and ancestors? The warrior. Big segment energy coming through there again. The wounded healer, the wounded warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. Okay. So this is basically speaking up about things that are being projected. Now, another way of speaking up could also be healthy boundaries that you're setting. It was just 22, 22. Healthy boundaries that you're setting because you now know you step from believing to knowing who you are, knowing what you want by realizing you already have it. You've already had it. Once you come to this clarity of what it is that you want, is because what you want, you already have, especially as a God, goddess, a creator, co-creator with the cosmic law, power, universe, all that is. At the bottom of the deck, we have connect with your emotions. Be fearless and stand strong and connect with those emotions, especially those that are being projected towards you and that you happen to absorb or catch or recognize, and handle it. Look at it for what it is and say, this is not mine. This is not in alignment to where I'm going. You are free to go from my energetic space from this moment and forevermore. It's another way of saying return back to sender, but from that space of forgiveness, where when you truly have that forgiveness for yourself, what you're doing is one, you're reclaiming your power, and two, you're returning burdens that are not for you to carry. This ain't the game of extra credit when it comes to carrying someone else's burdens. And a lot is being lifted or shown to you to be lifted so you can again see it for what it is and make that final decision. Because when this gate closes, okay, it's like this is basically previews of the film that's about to start. But when that gate closes, the movie will begin. The examples or the visualizations that you've been doing within the mind, within your meditations, those examples will begin to move. Move E, move IE. Those examples will begin to move and they'll become a part of your reality. Okay. So another thing is make sure you're staying in motion, you're moving through this energy as well. Okay, let's see what else. That moon looking great right now. Looking just as great as his high priest. Intend and create. Tell me, look at high priest warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. Intend and create. And this is just clarifying this message of projection. And as you know, as a projector, with the projector, whatever it is that you have, you place it on the glass so that way the light can hit it. Once the light hits it, it reflects it, or it shows itself in a much bigger picture. It's another reason for that detox or this cleansing information or message that kept coming. Some of you could be fasting. So there's a lot that's being expanded for you so you can see it clearer. Put in all the puzzle pieces where they belong. Then you have Be the Light, the White Witch. This fell on the shaman. Trusting in higher forces to be the light. That owl is here twice. See what I'm saying? Preview time, the movie begins. Let's see which divine feminine energy we got with us at this moment. We already know. Segment by stud. Rolling through here. But who do we have with us in assistance at this moment? Look at that. The other message here speaks of drawing gravity into the personal. So you're being able to bring in a lot more information outside of this realm in order to avoid reckless bliss. Okay. So we have Diana, Queen of the Wilderness here. So the energy we have at this moment, one second, speaks of the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. Fräulein Elise Beethoven is playing right now, which speaks of the Empress energy as well. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue, is what we have assisting us at this moment. The language of the natural world of the frequency of love. Because that's what's going to get us to that point of clarity where we'll be spot on when it comes to what it is that we're affirming, especially if we should be affirming certain things in terms of them being in alignment to what it is that we want to do based on what we love to do, right? And again, this is going back to that energy where it's like there's a major transition happening where you're going to find yourself working smarter because you're doing what you love than working harder because you're doing what you have to do. It's a merge now of what you have to do, root chakra with the heart chakra. What you have to do, Source wants you to make sure it definitely got something to do with what you love to do. especially in the age of the star, especially in the age of knowing. So that's why it's important to know thyself. What is it that you love? What's the way that you love to be loved? You know? And in that, being mindful of the boundaries that you put in place in order to receive and give that. Let's see what else we got here. Yemoja. She came out twice today. This is her second time showing up. Yemoja. The goddess of all that flows. I'm an ocean of creative energy. I'm an ocean of creative energy. You are an ocean of creative energy. It's time for you to give birth to what exists within you. What exists within you, not what was put into you or what was told that you should do in order to do this, that, and the third. It's time to give birth to what exists within you. That which exists within you existed before you entered this world. That vision. No one knows that vision better than you. Nurture that seed. Nurture that seed. The way a lioness is with her cubs, or a lion is with their cubs. Nurture that seed. You can explain it perfectly to whomever, but they will never see it the way you see it. So, another message with that is trust your process. It's your process, it's your vision, not theirs. People can believe whatever it is they want to believe about where you should be. And this could be most cases people who believe you should be where you should be, and they don't have any idea as to what it is that you got going on. So that's another way of observing, paying attention. So you don't absorb that, because that would also be a spell that they're casting when they feel like they believe that you should do. You don't know what that person's vision is. For all people know, when they're telling you or attempting, trying, insult to doing to tell you about yourself, they don't even know what you're building on. And I'm obviously talking to those who are on a journey and you have been building and building and building. For some of you, when I say on your own, I mean on your own as far as another human being inspiring you, unless you're on a platform like this. Choosing to seek your motivation, because motivation is internal, inspiration is external. Nobody can motivate you. That's something you do with self. The same with understanding. Moonlight Sonata is playing. I love this one. Trust your vision, Ashe. Welcome, intuitive beloved. You just hype me up because I've never been more sure of what I love and how I want to heal people. I'm telling you, I'm here for the hype. Get to it, beloved. You know what I'm saying? So you are an ocean of creative energy, and it's time to give birth to what exists within you. And then you have Anand Damayima, the joy permeated mother. You're realizing you're your own guru. That's a very powerful place to be. By meeting the self that never changes, meeting the self that never changes. And I feel like that self that never changes is not the self that is in this realm. It's the self that's in the realm of non duality, where it just is. In this realm, excuse me, confirmation, this realm we go through changes in order to learn, and that learning is more so connected to you remembering that self before you came here. This is why you have the family members that you have. This is why you decided to take action on the friends you decided to choose, social relationships you decided to be a part of, jobs you decided to apply for. Everything you've decided to do in this physical realm with your control has something to do with you remembering that self that never changes, being your own guru. That I am, that as above, so below, that as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. We can speak like this in this realm as far as change being inevitable until you reconnect with that self and realize it's a different conversation. It's a much different conversation. And in having that conversation, you start to realize those boundaries that you set, they no longer connect to a wound or distraction or confusion. They now become part of that knowing. Welcome, Yah. Question, multidimensional, Fatima. Happy 888 portal, my love. So, yeah. Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love, comes out next. Love is divine. I am nothing except love. I am nothing, no thing. Like Osho talks about, no thing. That's the Hierophant card in that deck. It's everything. Nothing is everything. It's more than one thing. So told me she was gonna pop out. That shit got me hot too. That just low-key made me emotional. Just get a good look at her. She's like, I'm here. I've been here this entire time to purify you, to cleanse you, to guide and protect you. Give me a second. Just give me a second. I gotta feel this out. It's pretty strong. She usually comes through strong, but She's going to actually speak through this message for sure because we got the poetess at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to go to where I was going to go prior to pulling some of these cards. Let me get the surrender deck. Hold on. Okay. Let's get some surrender messages. Yemoja and segment. Diana. Marguerite Porete. We got a mystic, a goddess, two goddesses, a queen, and a mystic. Eleven 11 808 444 333. Surrender your attachment to results. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it, is what she's saying to you at this moment. What other message do you have here for them, beloved? Surrender, she said, to receiving support and love. At one point, you weren't receiving it the way you imagined because there had to be an alignment first. The alignment is here. So surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in. And this is your soul tribe. The first part of your journey is going to be you and Source. You're going to have to be 10 toes down. Shout out to Nipsey on some real. Okay? 10 toes down. Allow the love and support of others in now, rather than trying to handle everything. That's an insult to doing and what you're doing. Allow the love and support of others in because this can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and enjoy a moment in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. At the moment that you start to feel that sensation of you feeling the beauty and ecstasy, affirm what it is that you want for your life based on what you love and what you've been able to see, based on what you know and what you're willing to say. Because once it comes out of here, once it comes from your throat chakra, it's an established core value. See where the spell's kicking. Everything that comes from your mouth is an established core value. $44.40. Surrender to silence is also here. I don't know why I look like Alcatraz, but anywho. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you because she got a lot to say to the collective in this moment. So one more message here. It's telling you, surrender your ego. Surrender your ego in order to surrender to effortlessness. Just as I was saying before, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Now, you'll come back to that space of humility as you're removing all of that debris that hasn't allowed you to fully connect to that power. Because the word humble also has quite of a low vibration rep as well, like friends. From experience and observation, there's a that happens more so because of a disconnect to this. And your next message is to surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow. Now, when you hear going with the flow, we're going back to Yemaya's message. Being that creative ocean of creative energy, being that ocean of creative energy. When you're hearing go with the flow, make sure you're going with your flow. Your flow. What is your spirit telling you? Connection to your soul, all in one. What is that telling you? What is source communicating to you? Because that is your flow. Not my flow, not your partner's flow, your flow. So now there could then be a merge similar to understanding of self. There will now be an overstanding or a merge with those who understand themselves and know their flow. So now the waves ain't crashing. Feel me? So the art of living means going with the flow instead of trying, insult to doing, to force the river. The river's going to do what it wants to do. You can't force it. And water will always move forward. It may stand still, but it's going to move forward once it continues to move again. Right? So let's see what the energy is talking about based on these goddesses showing up for us at this moment. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to the Starseed Oracle. Starkeeper. Wakey, wakey, Starkeeper. She said, wake up. Whatever it is that you have to give a voice to, give a voice to it, to release it. Okay. Perspective is in the middle. And at the top, we have the 7 star sisters. Birthing again, creation, tapestry of life expression. We're approaching this full moon now in Aquarius. Full moon speaks about forgiveness, that's for you, gratitude, completion of a cycle, and also this profound enlightenment of your process, your emotional process. And the sign of Aquarius has a lot to do with that enlightenment, again, that you've received based on the impulses that are connected to your nerves. And your knowingness of yourself. Okay? So let's see what message comes out. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition. Turn your gaze within. Welcome, Sanchon. Welcome, love. All paths lead home. You've been on this maze for quite a while, but everything was part of the bigger picture. Now we're putting the pieces together. 5159 on the timer. The sun is out. The sun is bringing forth clarity. You also got that here with this message in the beginning, the energy of the sun. Guidance, mastery, seed of the soul, wholeness the body requires. The wholeness your body requires is also part of you and your inner authority, realizing that all the paths that you take lead you home. Okay? This home is connected to the stars, is connected to the cosmic energies. You're now transmuting your thoughts into energy so action can take place, not distraction or reaction, but an action connected to a response. Let's do one more here. The void. Even those moments that were considered a void, all paths lead home. Those voids were moments where you were being given an opportunity to stop and embrace the great cosmic womb. Now, those moments of void could have been part of what we were saying before as far as pain. But those challenging moments looked at as pain gets you to want to connect to the great cosmic womb. It makes you want to return home. Notice how sometimes, depending how intense the energy may be for certain people, they go into this fetus position. And this is what I mean about perception. And it also, that was in the center of it. Everything that's going on with the heart chakra had a lot to do, and it always has been, based off of perspective. And if we are connecting to that perspective of the mind's eye, the eye of the soul, you got the eye of the soul, but you also have the windows of it. That's just coming through like that. You got the eye of the soul and you have the windows. One of them looks at what's already manifested, the windows. and the other is in the great cosmic womb, that which has yet to manifest, which is why intuition, turning your gaze within, is important. 50, 5533 on the timer. Let me see what 5533 talking about. 1 second. Because it's definitely speaking of a great change due to mastery, which is also this message here. The seat of the soul. 5533. Whoa. Overcoming challenges. A stable marriage takes the involvement of both of you in decision making. This could also be the marriage of self, the masculine and the feminine within. So heed the teachings and practice them ritualistically. Everything you do all things that you do throughout the day is part of your ritual. For me, this would be a ritual. You know what I'm saying? Talking to Yah, delivering these messages. It's just the point where you are exercising what it is that you want to manifest that is in the mind's eye still. But in this age of Aquarius, that eye of the soul now becomes something like, not something like, it becomes like the windows of the soul. Now imagine that. AKA synchronicities, signs and synchronicities. They're just bullet points before you write what's next to the bullet point. When you see these signs and synchronicities, they're the bullet points to what you're about to manifest. Come through, source. Yeah. Foundation right now, Star Family. You're a part of team of souls. Call in support. Let's get one more message. My magicians, my mystics, my goddesses, high priests, high priestesses, lost lands. You've done this before. You've done this before. Soul memories and gifts. And the other message not too long ago was you're part of Team of Souls. Call in support. Call in those who have done it. By turning your gaze within so they can connect you to that additional path that's already a part of your path. Basically, they would be management when it comes to you getting your keys to enter your new apartment, your new home, your new mansion, mega mansion. Hey. So let's see what's next here. Second is here to give you the pure strength. Honor that which has made you angry, because that is exactly what got you to this position now. And in honoring that, you allow yourself to release even further. They came out again. They say, yeah, call us. Call me, oh, when you need me, baby. You don't gotta worry. Breath of the cosmos. At the bottom of the deck, my will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. And at the top, you have Earth School. Wide open. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. This is why you came here. Call on those who've done it before you. Sekhmet's one of them. Mangerito Rete is another one. Yemoja is another one. Diana, Queen of the Wilderness, which also will be connected to Bastet's energy or Artemis energy. He said, call them in. See what's in the middle. Activated Earth. Whew. Definitely going on right now. Power places, ley lines. Trust where you're led. When you call in support, this is in the center now, which is the heart, solar plexus energy right here that we're talking about. Boom, boom. Trust where you're led. Trust where you're led. Because where you're being led has been activated specifically for you once you call in this support, from turning your gaze within to trust your intuition. And every cold moment that you experienced during winter, you're about to experience the fruit of it. The fruit of summer is the labor of winter. So now I'm going to pull some more cards from my deck, and then we'll go into the tarot. Thank you, beloved. Thank you, divine feminines. I'm going to go to those God cards as well. Okay, we don't have to get that balance in here, and you already know. Get this coconut water. Yummy. Okay. The mind will trust the body will trust the mind. AWAS. So if you've been seeing the letter M randomly, it speaks of movement, progress, and being a horse whisperer. A passage, transition and movement, relocation, new attitudes, or new life. Trust, teamwork, love, partnership, animals, emotion. Trust between individuals and sexuality. The ability to detect deceit and uncover subtle deceit. You did, saw it on a tree. Ashe. Lean towards your heart being as light as a feather. And we got 133, 1033. Big Osiris energy now. Resurrection. Where your mind goes, your frequency grows. Where your mind goes, your frequency evolves. Let's see what other messages are here. I just saw predated soul agreement. You could be a resonant moon tone as far as galactic signatures. You have the power to channel and to inspire. What other messages you have here for the collective during this Lionsgate 8-8? What other messages do you have for the collective during this Lionsgate 8-8? Yellow seed. Solar seal number 4, yellow seed, the power of flowering, the action of target, the essence, awareness, the planet Jupiter, the chakra, the root, yellow seed. Let me give y'all some info here on yellow seed, even if you're not yellow seed. Yellow seed is part of the gateway family. So yellow zone, gateway family. Yellow zone, gateway family opens portals. The zone of the innocent. So that childlike behavior is definitely a part of your power in order to flower or flowering. Magnification of the flowering of galactic power, the zone of psychogeographic influence for yellow seed, Antarctica, Transantarctic mountains, Ross Sea and Ross Ice Shelf, West Antarctica, Amundsen Sea, southernmost South Pacific Ocean, treasure vaults of the secrets of Lemuria and Atlantis. So, the reason for you and that inner child being healed, because your imagination has intel on other worlds, other realms, rather, other realms. Welcome, love. So, what else do we have here for the collective? What's this? Ooh, wow. That's a strong one. Hagalaz. Destructive forces of nature, elemental hail, catastrophe, crisis that leads into a radical change, acceptance, surrender, opportunity. The quote for this room: don't try to fix what we should break before it breaks us. So, this is like a repetitive karmic lesson where now the forces of nature, the elements, have to step in and clear the way. Inevitable fate. But it's all to get you back on the path. This will be similar to your vertex in your natal chart. And then we have here at the bottom of the deck, the family that feels, which is connected to unraveling the mystery. You could be a blue knight, yellow star, red skywalker, or white mirror. Today's signature, however, we didn't even check that. Let me see. It's a white wind day. Self existing would be the moon tone, white self existing wind day. Kin 82, the affirmation is: I define in order to communicate, measuring breath. I seal the input of spirit with the self existing tone of form. I am guided by the power of endlessness. Going back to the self that never changes, which is in the realms of non duality. This is Earth School. In order to build the capacity, the endurance to be able to transition into that world. What else? And we have here moon tone number 12, which is the crystal moon tone, the essence of cooperation, the power to dedicate through the action of universalizing. And if that's you with the moon tone as far as galactic signature, you could be seeing 1212 a lot. You're definitely going through an ascension process from the divine feminine queen to the empress. Even you, divine masculine, that is also building up for you to become the emperor. Okay? The mind will trust the body will trust the mind type of flow. And then we have Isa or Isa, which this one speaks of as being the counterforce, fire and ice. But this speaks of stagnation that hinders, which could be due to a lack of self-control, especially having this room out. Speaking of avoiding reckless bliss, so you've gone through quite the lesson here to become more conscious of your ego so that way you can now tap into that self control, which now means again you're connecting to your heart space and not the lower chakras. Okay. It's a very powerful statement when the mind trusts the body and the body trusts the mind. 11108 on the timer. Speaking of alignment, 808. Yeah, Ashe. Listens to you, intuitive. White World Bridger. Boop, boop, boop. You have the power of death through the action of equalizing the essence of opportunity, planet Mars, and the throat chakra. Welcome, White World Bridger. Welcome, everyone. Yellow Seed, Crystal Moon, Tone, and White World Bridger. We got number 4, 12, 6, 41, 26. Let's look at some numbers before we go to the tarot spread. I was thinking, like I said before, if I was going to do the elements or we'll see. We'll see what's up. I'm feeling like this is just going to be a collective. Entrance, entering, incoming. Well, shit. Okay. Something you're building is coming to fruition because I'm also seeing 1922. So keep building. If it's just you, ooh, 1922 says to glorify God. If it's just you and the Most High, keep going. Do you know what you're about to manifest right now? Every day from here on out, or at least for the next 30 days, affirm what it is that you are. I'm really looking forward to hearing your success stories on a whole nother level. For real, for real. I'm looking forward to sharing more of mine with y'all. Let me see, 4612. Let me see what connects to what we're looking at here. God wants me to have this time alone with just Him as a prophet. Woo, fire will heal you when you are exterminated by it. Sheesh. If you've been seeing number 46, 12, 30, 65, 10, or 310, fire will heal you when you are exterminated by it. May your tears flow into the endless rivers of infinity, and today is ruled by the power of endlessness. Definitely a message for someone who was born in LA on April 29th, 1956. It's never too late. Time is an illusion. King David the Great and Powerful of Wizard of Oz. A guy literally told his daughter today while I was at the park, follow the yellow brick road. We in the building. Because she was looking for the bathroom. I ain't hearing it. So baby, if you want me, you gotta show me love. That's an empress talk right there. Uh-huh. Sweetwater Shadow Woman. And it says what? And it says, anyway, let me see. Do you want to see me when and where, dude? I got this. Oh, okay. Let me look at something else here. Hold on. Give me a second. We going to the tarot right now. 4612 says forge ahead. Let's get to it. Let's get these tarot cards, honey. This is a season of success. Ashe, multi-dimensional Joe word. Rhythmic energy coming through here and overtone. This been nonstop. Sure, cause that don't look like no plane. That right there, that the way it's blinking like that, that was not. Peace to the family. Gemini energy coming through here. All your intuitive guidance to assist. I said all. Well, allow all of your intuitive guidance to assist with structuring your vision of your mind's eye beyond material constructs. That was not no. Let me put these back. Let me see what God energy presents in itself at this moment. I'm going to the tarot. I know. Give me a second. Really? Who do we have present? What is the message here? Definitely more than that. We have the father, or someone is becoming a father, or someone is a father. Let me see. What else? I take responsibility for my creations. And there goes the birthing energy again. Ooh. Visionary artist could be a life path 11. I express my vision. I take responsibilities for my creation. All you got to do is take this leap of faith, though. Ashe. Welcome, Cintrona. Hi, goddess. The visionary artist and the father. Look at this. Do you see what I'm saying right here? The self that never changes before you got here. The self that's going through the changes in this earth school is connected to the divine feminine, though. Sheesh. The Vesica Pisces also here. The divine feminine essence within all. That is what is connected to the vision of the universe, the power and laws of the universe. It is the incubator to give birth to life, to give birth to creation. But there has to be an ascension of your soul in order to express your vision. As you see the Merkaba. or Merkaba. Then we have Buddha. This one fine Buddha, if you ask me. I am in my center. We got Sekhmet, then we got Buddha. That's big Taurus energy too. Venus. Connecting more to that which you love, that which allows you to step into this regal essence, beauty. The Maverick, awakening into something more. And then Lucifer, come through Capricorn energy. This is going back to that 10th house again. Doing what you love to do and not condemning yourself. Awakening into something more, creating something out of what others will feel like is nothing. But nothing is what? Everything. Talk to me for this tarot spread. Split the deck. Door to value with carrying connections. Goddess of the moon. She right there looking down on this reading. Oh. We'll go with that. Let me just see what comes out here though. What is this message about for the collective? Lionsgate 8-8. Come on, yo. The sun. And these came out. Now, they were in reverse. They came out and they fell in reverse, right? It will be the goddess of the moon, the man holding a heart, the journey, indecision, rest and rejuvenation, and blossoming abundance. So this is giving me real big moon energy. Now this is being clarified, like you're becoming clearer about your intuition, about your energy that's in motion, that is yours, not the energy that is in motion within you, that is yours and also someone else's. Because it would basically be like filtering or filling to capacity, but not with 1, 2, 3, 0, 0. Filling to capacity, but not with just your energy. So there becomes like this whirlwind of confusion, but now there's clarity coming in. There's going to be some divine connections happening, especially if it has something to do with indecision, because this is 80888 gate. And one thing I love about this card, give me Little Red Riding Hood vibes too. This is the illusion of one path. Remember, all paths lead home. Damn. Now, as I'm saying that, obviously, when it comes to deciding which path, the path that leads home, there has to be a level of discernment. That discernment comes from your connection to your heart space. But if you're disconnected from your heart space, you're still on the path that leads home, but you may be taking a longer route. And instead of it being follow the yellow brick road, you on 2 different paths. And again, when you rest from all of that work that was going on within your body, connected to childhood wounds that made you the person you are or were before this Lionsgate, all of that, once you really put it to rest and you rejuvenate yourself, this is why the Sun card comes out here first for y'all. You're on your path to blossoming abundance. 3, the Empress. So let's see what the tarot cards are saying finally. Definitely talk to you about a strategy. 1, 1, 2, 3. Alignment, balance is the key. Use these. My nose itchy. All right, here we go. Based on this sun's energy, which speaks of joy, vitality, the will, masculine energy as well, physical energy, could also have something to do with your experience of being fathered or the lack thereof. There's a cleanse, there's a purification of that. So your world looks completely different now. What's the current situation here? Dang, he coming out strong tonight. Ace of Coins? Joy again. Joy, pump it up, pump it up. That's what I heard. Wow, the moon. Okay, there's definitely a lot of balance happening right now, like a whole bunch. Your current situation is an offer that comes in. There's a gift that's coming in from the ancestors. You call in support, they deliver. You're calling in support and they're delivering what it is that you asked for. Don't play it small. This ain't the time to be afraid or to be second guessing yourself. It's the time to manifest. You got the moon card at the bottom of the deck. This could speak of deep, deep love, or this could speak of something that's hidden. But we'll see what's going on. So the Devil card and the King of Cups, Scorpio, Capricorn energy. Just crossing this energy here. 4 of Wands. Wow. In your challenging position. So yeah, this is definitely going back to what we were saying before, healing a lot of those wounds based on core values in your destiny. So from the time you were born to this very moment right now, what values are you connected to when it comes to you? Not what was instilled within you, because that which was instilled, you had to go through a process of demolition to align with your true self, So, yeah, the Hangman as I split the deck. A lot of healing here when it comes to your belief systems, what you have to heal from because of belief systems. So this is basically you gaining your wings through wisdom that is gained through obstacles and challenges. And once you realize all that is here, you're able to now integrate certain boundaries, okay, that allows you to place yourself in position or in alignment to receive. It's the Ace of Coins, but this coin is coming out of a puddle of water. So this is a portal as well. For some of you, you could still be hung up on a past relationship here that could be a little challenging. But handle that. If this has to do with the relationship, handle it. Like, what is it that's causing you to miss the person? Whatever thoughts and feelings come across you as far as why you're missing the person, view that as what it is. Then look at where you're going. Look at what your purpose in life is. And ask yourself in that moment, does this match where I'm going next? And if it doesn't, what am I doing to self? If I'm connecting with something or wanting something in my energy that is not in alignment to where I'm going. Okay? Because that would speak of, if we had to put a word on it, it would be codependency. There's an energy of codependency still lingering. Now that can seep through your skin in so many different ways. Through your own personal experience, or an observation that becomes your experience because you decided to take it in as a belief that then became a knowing, but not so much. Because when you really start to connect to the knowing of certain things that you believed in that will possibly you be inclined to, it changes, what it is that you decide to do, or the way you respond, or the way you speak, or the way you simply just look at yourself. So if this doesn't even have to be like a partner. This could be even family too, whatever. But this has to do with a soulmate. You're in this position to receive nothing but greatness and abundance. You already heard how often that birthing energy came out, right? Yeah. I feel like that's why 133, 0707. That's why this Lionsgate is so powerful, and it's 929 the way it is, because it's getting to the root, the foundation. Family has to do with the fourth house, which is also ancestors. So a lot of these revelations that are coming through are more so connected to your ancestors that are connected to you, because you've been honoring them and they decided to assist you, because of that. Like, they were here, you celebrated them, they left, you continue to do the same. So there now becomes this overstanding where energy can't be created nor destroyed, just transmuted. And your actions are showing that, through your libations, through your rituals, whatever it is that you do when you connect. And everyone in your family may not do that, at least not to that extent where you're now sensing life through any of your senses in a different way, from a different perspective, where you may even come across a moment where you're being misjudged for doing so. Especially those of you who have this being of the spiritual warrior. Not everybody ready for that, but they'll certainly move in a way where you will have to respond from the spiritual warrior. And now, they're wondering what you shouldn't, I shouldn't do this, but have you paid attention to what it is that you're doing? to receive this response. And it's not saying that you're causing harm to anybody. It's just simply you now being real with people. But they can not everybody can handle that type of authenticity, especially when you sitting here working with your ancestors and you're connecting to energies of a past life where in others it could be something that's dormant. Mm, at the basis of this though, let's see what's at the foundation. Wow, this is beautiful. I love this. Page of Cups. Because it's definitely connecting to you being open and receptive here. This is Pisces energy specifically, but it also speaks of an offer that comes in within the matter of a week. Now, time is an illusion, but some of you have to hear that. As far as you being a manifester, don't get in your way. So be diligent when it comes to your affirmations. See this? You see this? You know how much courage it will take for this fish to step out of its element where it can't even breathe? So you see how I'm looking at this right now? You see what's at the, you see how this all, you see what your current card is, right? Some of you have done so much work, beautiful work, that you're connecting to ancestors that people have no idea they're connected to. No idea they're connected to. Even if they saw it on a film, they could. That's what I mean about cells or part of the self that's dormant, that part that never changes, that part that is connected to it before you got here. Because this same fish coming out the cup is this big ass offer that's currently being built to be given to you. You got that ruby energy as well. It's very powerful. Some of y'all done so much healing. You went deep, very deep. You're about to receive some great news, though. I know you are. I know you are. Look at that. You got me shaking the card and shit. Look at this Knight of Cups, which is confirming what I'm saying about this Pisces energy, because this is also, look, you see it here? You see it, right? Picture it this way. This is you calling in support, using your imagination like a child. Thank you, baby. Using your imagination like a child. Because remember, a fish jumping out of water like that and just chilling on a cup, that's a cartoon. That's a cartoon. A car is what? The chariot. Cancerian energy, fourth house, ancestors. You're tuning into your ancestors. Come on, source. You're tuning into your ancestors by connecting to that inner child. You're saying, come on, let's go. And when the alignment happens, when you encounter a moment where you receive exactly what it is that you've been asking for, and it just comes out of nowhere. Nowhere is also like nothing, is everywhere. It seems like it's nothing. It seems like it's nowhere because the lights are off. They're not on. it's on. Oh God. What's in your immediate past? Look at that, the world card. I'm telling you. And that's the card of receiving reward. What's in your immediate past here? This is you mastering self, Aries energy, the I am that I am, your life force, vitality, the great cosmic mother, the great magician mother. Because look at the cards you got here. In your immediate past, 4 of them came out, and you got the 4 of Wands as your challenging position. You got the 10 of Wands, Saturn and Sag, 5 of Wands, Saturn and Leo. You see what's happening here? We just split the deck, and the heart of it all was the World card just before these came out. Don't know what these two are yet. But the main challenge of you seeking your truth, basically, like, this is giving me a vibe of somebody purposely to get in alignment with their purpose, purposely digging a hole. Let's see what these two are. You may have Saturn in Pisces, or you could have a Piscean placement between 0 and 9 degrees in your natal chart. But this is the 8 of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves you. Behind that, really moving. You see that there? Purposely digging a hole, going down a rabbit's hole, basically, so you can master self. And in mastering self, you now know what is for you and what isn't, and that which isn't, which has left a very deep impression or print on your DNA, going back to the ancestors. This is why they're protecting and guiding you to walk away from this. One, because you have the opportunity where the majority isn't following a particular system where they allow another being to have power over them. Because you do have that type of freedom here, but that's only because past generations have been doing the work as well. But not everywhere in the world was slavery. Just because you're a melanated person doesn't mean you come from slavery. Some of you have always been royalty. And this is where some of you actually decided to come back to earth, to wake those up who are programmed with this story. Not to say it didn't happen, but some are programmed with the story that's not even theirs. What is your story? That's the mystery, the water that flows through you. What is your story? Then you got the 6 of Swords. This is Mercury in Aquarius. Once you, as a matter of fact, this is wild. This is some wild shit, because all 3 of these cards are Saturn cards. Sag, Leo, Pisces. This could be specific to you as well, as far as the challenge here when it comes to those that were closest to you. And what you had to move away from. 14450, yeah. What you had to move away from to fully surrender and liberate whatever has been deeply rooted. You see that red? Deeply rooted within the root chakra. Because whatever intel is within those roots is what you are creating. That's why I was like, I'm excited for this one. Usually am, but this feels more connected to my purpose when it comes to assisting the collective to see what you experience. Granted, I love giving people that opportunity. Get pissed off. Say what the fuck you gotta say. Y'all see how I be getting now. But that don't mean I hate anybody. Like second, I have to give honor to that to release it. Because it's not something that you can just tippy toe around and be like, but no, that creates even that creates a deeper wound. Something, for example, like forgiveness, especially if it has to do with your family, right? Because it's your family. There are going to be functions possibly where you have to see certain people, but here's where your action versus what you say is powerful. You can forgive somebody, but that doesn't mean that you have to bring them back into your space, especially if they're still operating from that wounded space and projecting it towards you. Until they change, and this is where the power of your actions come into play, because when you decide to take action in a particular way and not say anything anymore, but just move according to your path, this is when now you'll hear people say, or you'll hear about people saying that others are saying that you come across differently, your energy change, or you can't be talked to, or this, that, or whatever. Yeah, because you have healthy boundaries that if someone is going to speak to you, you want to make sure you're being empowered, not drained. And that's the thing with families and destinies, where that becomes the norm. There's nothing normal about passing on wounds. Consciously doing it too. But the ignorance gets in the way where people are unable to even hear what it is that they're saying because they're so quick to say something to you. There's a lot of power in silence. So, I was just telling my mom this today. Like, I know I have changed, but it's for my own well being and those after me. Ashe. Ashe. Mm-hmm. What's crowning this reading? The Three of Swords, another Saturn card. I'm telling you, this is segment energy like no other. Like no other. Segment is all over this. All over this, especially with indecision that came out. Yep. Now, this man holding a heart here. That's King of Cups, which would be Scorpio, which is transformation. Then you have indecision here in between Goddess of the Moon and rest and rejuvenation. Rest and rejuvenation is the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is Jupiter. So, yeah, basically seeking truth to get on your life path and integrating that truth. And integrating that truth is also a part of the challenge, but you also gain further wisdom in applying the truth. Your truth. Everyone's truth is going to be relative. Now, speaking of relatives, you could have relatives, but you may not be able to relate to one another, regardless if they're your relatives. For all you know, this is a karmic energy just flowing around for your own, evolution. But saying all of these things to really, get you to a space where You're not blaming anybody for anything that they've done. Instead, it's just more so, okay, like, and why we say that a lot, I see what it is. But in saying that, there's two ways. It can sound like somebody's coming at you, but then see, this is where perception comes into play. You can say, I see what it is, or I see what it is. Tonality, body language. It tells you a lot about what you got moving through your body, the way you respond. This is why some people actually think twice about having conversations with me, because we it's not that I want to make you feel bad about yourself. They ain't no good or bad, right or wrong. And that shit there too. Trip people out. Look at that. The tower. Galactic Center. Ophiuchus, come in here. Aquarius, come in here. What's crowning this reading, what's on the crown, what's weighing on your crown is these past relationships that were heartbreaking. But the energy that we're in this 8-8 Lionsgate, and the universe is the universe is mental, so the law of mentalism. Make sure when these ideas or thoughts are on your mind, you're connecting them to a part of you that's here to gain wisdom. Back to what I was saying before. You miss somebody or a part of your life, look at it for what it is, because for some of you, you're moving away or breaking away from things that you have been strongly connected to. Look at it for what it is. See where you're going. Does the energy match? If it doesn't, allow yourself to go through, you know, putting it to rest so that way you can rejuvenate yourself again. 949. Let's see what's in the immediate future here. That's the truth. We got the Ace of Swords. You got 4 Saturn cards. Capricorn. Let me see what's in the immediate future. Look at this. The 4 of Swords in reverse. And I'm seeing this as, this feels like, yeah, because Mercury's about to go retrograde. But you got Jupiter and Saturn, they're retrograde. So you're going over something one time, going backwards, and then going over it again. But the going back over it this time is with a higher consciousness. Didn't mean to do that to you. This is a very high consciousness, if you ask me. The High Priestess. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 4 of Swords in reverse in your immediate future. You're releasing all of these burdens. And instead of you being in this position, love you too. This is the 4 of Swords that you're walking into now. From this healing to rejuvenation. This is what I was saying. Bueno. Split the deck. 9 of Cups. Jupiter and Pisces. And Jupiter is retrograde. On its way to Pisces. To clean up all the missing, all the parts that do not belong. That created the illusion that they did. Told you, Sakman ain't playing with y'all today. She came and hit it. All the goddesses, Diana, Marguerite, Emaya, Sakman. Thank you for your amazing blessings, Evelyn, Fatima. Evelyn, you in here? I even see you in the chat though. Hi, my love. Nonetheless. Listen. Oh, that's you? I'm over you at this point. Okay. Ashe. Thank you, my love. Appreciate it. Gratitude. May it come back to you. 1,000 infinite cosmic flow. You hear me? Listen, y'all. It's time to move. Yo, look at the tower back here at the bottom of the. I just peeped this. You see that? The tower? The gift is a tower. That would be Hagalas. That's radical change. A warning being a gift. Suffering being a gift. But you can view you're gonna view it that way when you're in this mode, when you're granted the keys of your Akasha, so you can see and rewrite your story. Especially with the goddess of the moon, it was really giving me Tahuti vibes, Thoth vibes. Taught you to love towers. Yo, towers are this towers are designed for a beautiful reason. They connect you to your nerves, but the root of your nerves, which is now you becoming that star in physical form, connecting. I, Wheel of Fortune as I split the deck again to shuffle. Divine intervention coming in here now. Ashe. Real gratitude is vulnerably expressed. The gifts are plenty. And that the way you wrote that, because being vulnerable is opening yourself up to suffer. You know what I'm saying? To go through pain. Only to come out on the other side of it to realize what unconditioned. But come on, Saffron, you Ashe. Ashe. The advice. Oh, that flew out. Take action. Leo energy. Come. Source was like, now. Now. Do it now. Literally, do it now. Because this is Sun in Aries. This is fire energy coming in here now. Look, this King of Wands is looking at this entire spread. This King of Wands is looking at this. It's like going down memory lane as to why you had to step away. You've done this before, but now you're doing it from a space of gratitude, compassion. This goes to the mind will trust the body and the body will trust the mind. The Queen of Wands was the first thing at the bottom of the deck. It was either with the Ace of Coins or the Four of Wands. But now we have the counterpart. So this is the divine masculine. The solar plexus. The energy your vessel requires. The spirit of leadership. Sources telling you for the advice. Connect to your spirit and soul of leadership. And you know exactly where you must go to connect to that power. And being yourself unapologetically. I can't even say that word right now. Unapologetically. Not apologizing anymore for who you are. If people don't like it, they know where they can go. But they choose to be around you to tell you whatever they listen. Ain't no more of that. Step into your power is what you're being advised to do. And you're always receiving that assistance and that guidance. Your intuition is being guided by the Most High, because that's what that Six of Swords is. You went through all of these obstacles to refine your connection as a messenger of the gods, because you're one too. Knowing how to call in that support, calling support from the gods is you calling support from your higher self in connection to the Most High, the source of it all. But that source controls plenty. So you already know if you're connected to source, source don't got time to be it don't even deal with time to be playing it small. A new dawn. I feel like this is that moment where you were doing your meditations out in nature these past few days, seeing the sunrise or set. I feel like this is somebody watching the sunrise, because this is Aries, so this is life force vitality. So this is something that's rising. You could have an Aries rising or Leo rising. You've mastered your communication with your higher self, and now you're being honored. Therefore, being given the advice to step into your spirit of leadership. You got the Knight of Wands right here. Ashe, Aries rising, welcome love. Knight of Wands, and you see it there. You see it. I know you see them three pyramids. And that would be connected to Saturn, Mercury, and Venus. Venus, core values, emotional security. Mercury, having to do with your thoughts and the way you communicated with the external world. Saturn speaks of boundaries that you put in place in order for you to do your work. Under the Knight of Wands is the Sun card, and that's number 19. And 19 here is rest and rejuvenation. So there's a message that's going to be coming in quite quickly for you. It's going to be in and out too, though. It's going to be like, it's okay. That seems like someone that visits you. That feels like someone who visits you from the other world. Someone is visiting you to give you a message. That's why I'm saying this comes out of nowhere. 203:44 on the timer. Let me see what 203 is. Hold on. Because that's the High Priestess, that's the Fool, and the Empress. Cultivate positivity full time. Yeah, so all right, this is what we was talking about, because at the foundation of your reading, we do got the five. We do have the Page of Cups, which speaks of within 5 days. And we're approaching this full moon in Aquarius. Y'all, full moon in Aquarius speaks of show the world the real you. Let me get some moon cards before I even go into these other messages. What's this that wanted to come out? Wow, the Magician. Manifesting. What is the message here? What is the advice for the collective? Yo, I'm telling you. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. The end to a tough cycle approaches on you. That's Saturn. Full moon in Capricorn. that you had not too long ago. One second. I gotta see. Full moon. July 13th, 7/13. Okay. So that was going back to any possible confusions where you could have met up with new people. You could have met people that are part of your soul tribe. But now there's a refinement or removal of certain energies with Venus trining Neptune, where it can give you clarity as to whether this belongs on your path or not. And you definitely got 4-4 over here as well. I'm sitting here talking. You got the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords in reverse. So step out of your comfort zone. The end to a tough cycle approaches. Give me one more. Have faith in your dreams. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon, which happens after the waning gibbous moon. Okay? Adjustments are required, which happens after the waning gibbous. We're in August. So that will be the 19th. And the moon will be in Taurus. Reciprocity is key. That's 6 of Pentacles. So if you're doing a spread for yourself and you see that 6 of Pentacles is 1003 right now, 1003 is the 3 of Swords. So there could be some additional clarity that comes in, which is 11 to balance it all out. You see, based on that adjustment, don't let the past hold you back. Straight like that. Come on and talk to them. At the bottom of the deck, it's time to take action. No moon in Aries. And then you got meditate and contemplate. Don't let the past hold you back. Just meditate and contemplate. That's the adjustment that needs to be made. Meditate on it. Going back to the way we was expressing that Four of Wands vibes. Because everything is coming to the surface, especially if you're fasting or detoxing during this moment right now. There are things that's going to come to the forefront that you didn't even realize was part of the puzzle. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Look at that High Priestess as I split the deck with my shuffle in here. Getting the badge of honor. They just pointed that out. Your ancestors going to give you a badge of honor. And that's that Ace of Coins. This could be a move. Extra funds, because you definitely got Fehu here. Okay. Which speaks of mobile, expansive forces of money. So this is something that comes in to assist you to do what you have to do. Yup. For real. Fasting too. Just water and coconut water. So there goes another Saturn card, Taurus. So this is getting you to connect to Venus. Which one is Venus? One second. Let me see. Which one is Venus? Nope. That's why I'm just thinking about how you change your name, Vida. And it's still connected. You see, I'm telling you, energy never lied now. That was beautiful. That was a moment. Let me see. Kafri, Alnilam, Venus. That's the second largest of the pyramids, the second one, would be Venus. And Venus right now, Venus is doing what right now? Before we go into what's in the environment, Venus is in Cancer. That's the Two of Cups. It's okay, Venus is in Cancer, which is the Two of Cups, but at 26 degrees, it would make it the energy of the Four of Cups. Okay, we know the Four of Cups to be connected to the moon in Cancer. Wow, emotions connected to memories when it comes to the ancestors, especially when it comes to relationships. Soulmate relationships, not false ones though. You know what I mean? Let me look at this over here some more though. What planetary are we in? We are definitely in the moon hour. I am going to bed. I'm just joking. Nah, we're in the moon hour. Okay. All right. So Cancer at 26 degrees. I'm going to read the next one because the way this is set up. A woman giving birth to twins? Well, would you look at that? Moving one way and moving another way at the same time. That's Pisces energy, the fishes. In the same breath, day in and day out. Moving one way and moving another at the same time. In the same breath, day in and day out, inwardly compelled to take hold of given pairs of opposites and to work them by going into both and finding out how and where and why both cannot be refused. Insist on being met. Captivated by your life predicament, always seeing contradictory sides that in some ways cancels each other out, but also unfolding in multiple directions and truly born with a split karma. You have little choice but to cover all the bases, check everything out, and play through each and every side of the situation. Come through, chosen one. Consciously identifying with one thing at a time, but subconsciously absorbed in the other thing consistently. Prone to self sabotage and searching for a lost path through which you can bring the polarities together, serve the whole, and yet be free within the serving and be unattached. Just dare to let it all come through without making anything a burden or a self blaming focus. The charge is removed when the opposites find each other again, and fanaticism give way to the universal good met integrally. Sheesh, that was it. Your Venus is in Cancer. Real love. It's 10:10. Let's see what's in the environment then. 10:10. Give us the message for this 8-8 portal. Let's do it. Queen of Cups, Cancer energy up in here. What's in the environment here? The Five of Coins. That's people in your environment. That's why that Four of Wands is the challenge card. You heard what we just read, right? That's a chosen one fully embracing what they're doing. And now those who projected particular wounds, they're in your environment asking for your forgiveness, but not really. Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, asking for your forgiveness, but not really. So what's going on? Avoiding the situation to bring in harmony, love, and peace. Ace of Cups, unconditional love. Nine of Cups. What's this that fell here? The Knight of Cups. See, some of you are really moving on with your life, is what I'm getting from this. You're really moving on, but like I said, in a way where there's gratitude, where you're not blaming anybody. And that comes across quite differently. Because when you do that, what happens is now you're giving back tower moments that you've endured back to those who it actually belongs to assist them, because they have to go through their own tower moments, their shifting of their foundation, so that way they can rise to the occasion just like you have. But you're no longer doing this for people anymore. I'm going to get one more here for this. As a matter of fact, let me get the moon cards here. Look at that. 6 of Cups. Transformation. Major transformation. We got Scorpio here twice. Actually, Scorpio's here 3 times. So you went through a major shift. Mind, body, and spirit. You got the scorpion, the eagle, and the dove. Under these 3 is the magician, which is giving me big phoenix energy now. That's some deep shit. Some of you are really leaving behind a lot of toxic habits as well. It's not that you don't want to be around, people that you love that are relatives. And it's not that you're feeling sorry for yourself either. You just know that you're an open vessel to energies, to source, where you're being mindful as to what it is that you're placing yourself around. Out of respect for yourself and those around you, to not make them uncomfortable. See, you've reached a space now where when you get uncomfortable, you know how to move. You'll take a step back. See, some people, when they get uncomfortable and they don't know themselves, they become defensive. You don't even get defensive anymore. Crying doesn't count for you being defensive if you notice that you're shedding tears for a particular situation. It's you realizing that you're releasing it. You knew you've been holding on to this burden, and you may not have known how to fully express that. But the best way that you realize to express it right now, for that 4 of Swords in your immediate future to be done and over with, is to take action. Not so much say anything. Remember we was talking about that before? Deciding if you have to have a conversation or if you just need to ground yourself so that way you'll know which actions to take next, coming from your highest self and source. It's not that you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not that you don't know. You love your people, but you love them so much to not put them in an uncomfortable state that they're not even prepared to comprehend yet. And think about it. Through your journey, how much had to transform mentally, physically, physiologically. I appreciate you more. All of you. For real, for real. Because y'all allow me to heal as well. Because me doing what I do and the way I express myself, I'm literally the lone wolf when it comes to my family. Just keep it a step. Yeah, people may say that they this and that, but now we're at a point at this Golden Gate where everyone is seeing each other for who they are. In order to step into compassion and gratitude. Not everybody's going to do that. But if you're watching my channel and we over here vibing with these messages, I know you're one of those who's evolving through compassion and gratitude. because you've done the release. Even when, you'll see some of the messages where I come off with that warrior energy, that's releasing the energy, releasing the spirit, because I pull in energy from anybody that's watching. So things have to be released however they must be released. Okay? So, let me see what the advice is here. Adjustments are required, stays here. You got the Sphinx there. Don't let pride get in the way. Look at that. And you got this. I just said you got the Sphinx here. And it said, don't let pride get in your way. Wow, both Leo cards, yo. No moon and full moon in Leo. Wow. Speaking of completion of a cycle, that's basically what we was just describing just now. Don't let pride get in your way. Confidence is the key to success. If confidence is your key to success, don't let the pride of another get in your way also. That's that Five of Wands in the immediate past. You know what I'm saying? You are good enough. You're more than enough. And we're stepping into Virgo energy shortly. But the full moon in Virgo happens during Pisces season. Under that, you have nothing will come of this situation. No thing. Hierophant energy from the Zen Tarot deck, Osho Zen. 222 on the timer. It was 222.25. Is 25 out here? 52 is though. And that's the goddess of the moon, and we got void of course moon here, which means that's the moment where you don't want to make any commitments. You know what I'm saying? Not making a commitment to things because you overstand what it is. So I'm also getting the energy of like possible invites where don't be afraid to say that you don't want to attend. You know what I'm saying? And it's not so much because this is going back to what I was saying before. Knowing where your energy fits in. Because if we called on that support to help us immediately, it doesn't happen immediately because it's a very strong energy. It already overstands the type of changes that will happen. That in you asking for the change, you may not be able to endure physically how much has to shift for you to receive what you're asking for. That's also why you hear be careful what you ask for. So let's go. Okay. As far as doubts and false evidence appearing real, look at that. That was the Hierophant, and then you got the Nine of Swords, Mars and Gemini. What's in this position of the doubts and fears? Two of Wands. Speaking of the crossroads, Mars and Aries. Mars is in Taurus right now, 23 degrees. Hold up. Is that? No, that's Aquarius. 23 is an Aquarius degree. Oh, that's what a 25 is. It's an Aries degree as well. Okay. So when it comes to this position of doubts and fears, you're being advised to take action based on your willpower that you have now. Because confidence is the key to success. but don't allow projected pride, which is one of those attributes of the ego when it's not in service of the soul. What's this stuff, though? Rhythmic, organized, remain organized. And Mercury and Virgo is really going to help you with that too. So this could also be organizing your actions, organizing your thoughts. Tell me more. There goes Virgo here. And then you got the Six of Pentacles. Speaking of August 19, doesn't have to be August 19, but we got the Nine of Wands, Sekhmet energy. So Sekhmet could be clearing up everything that caused crossroads in your life, caused you to be at a crossroads, replenishing you, purifying you. So no need to worry, obviously. Continue to focus on your work here, what brings balance to you. You got your ancestors around you. Let's see what the moon cards are saying here. Actually, no. We're going to the ancestors. What is the advice about this Two of Wands here for the collective before we go to the outcome? Sun and Moon. Moon in Taurus, Sun in Virgo. You're asking you to remain balanced. Continue to be the light. Remain balanced and continue to be the light. Ooh, see things from a higher perspective. The eagle. So you can see your seeds grow. Yeah, from all the work you've been putting in, absolutely. Be open to healing information. Shift your perception. Be open to healing information that will shift your perception. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is, especially during this Lionsgate, you want to make sure that you're listening to things that empower you. Basically gaining more self-knowledge about yourself. This would be a great time to listen to somebody like Alan Watts or Dr. B or Rod Hayes, like people that will give you some solid information, you know what I mean? So yeah, listen to music of love. Listen to things that you want to manifest. Watch things that you want to manifest. Beautiful time to do vision boards as well. Okay, let me put these back. Here's the outcome. After we did all of that, here's the outcome. We don't want to pay attention to the results, but this is the energy surrounding what's going on here. Give it to the collective. Give it to them. 8-8 Lionsgate. Judgment. The outcome. Deciding to take action, to answer the call of your soul at the bottom. Yep. 33. There it goes. Blossoming abundance. Talking about the badge of honor. The badge of honor is that you allow yourself to go through a process to allow the Kundalini to rise. Grounding yourself in the grass, in the water, whatever element you choose. Connecting with nature. That's that 203 you was looking at not too long ago. Let me see, you still here? Yeah. Cultivate positivity full time. And it says here, your foregone ancestors have a message via 203. Are you aware that you were born with the purpose to fulfill in your life and that everything you do is tied to that purpose? Let's see what else. You have impressed your angels with deep knowing in them, or deep belief transformed into a knowing in them, and the connection you seek with them daily. Your meditations and prayers to the higher powers has found favor in the eyes of your angels. They wish to encourage you to continue and keep the spirit. It would help to stay more positive in life and practice overcoming any negative self talk. Accordingly, you will live a more satisfying life. Decide to live a more positive life and your life will transform positively. For instance, when you decide to live a positive life, stress levels will reduce and your health improves generally. And if you begin to see 203, or if you have been, you need to maintain a more active spiritual life. Reflect more on a positive outlook of life. Pray to your angels, ancestors, God, to boost your self look and a better attitude toward yourself. So stay more spiritually tuned to access more profound inspirations and divine positive thinking tips. It also tells you to hang around people who demonstrate an exemplary positive mindset and bright self imagery. Accordingly, they will inspire you to stay more positive no matter the circumstance. Furthermore, you need to avoid refocusing on your imperfection, but learn from every shortcoming as you forge ahead. Mm. Number 0 symbolizes the aspect of eternity and immortality. It has infinity undertones that signify never ending energies in your life. When you see this number in the series, it shows the wholeness of a phenomenon. In this case, it seeks to show the wholeness of your journey. Number 3 shows that you need to be strong and decisive to identify what is great for your journey and not. Simultaneously, it would be best if you were humble enough to listen to your intuition as it provides the best guidance, strong enough to listen to your intuition. Okay. Then it says 2 stands for finding balance. I definitely skipped that. The value of relationships and your duty to serve your fellow humanity. Traits associated with this number include insight and intuition, responsibility and service, trust and faith. Therefore, you have to be willing to inculate these qualities within you to allow enough room for growth in your life. Balance your life and ensure there is a balance in all the spheres. I'm going to grab one more about this judgment. One more card, and it'll be the second to final card. I'm going to finish it off with the Sacred Spirit Cosmic Reading card. I love it. I love it. Deciding to end it all. End all of these partnerships of betrayal, of deception, of envy, of confusion. See that? Putting the sword down. The war is over. The battle is over. The war is won. It's a win-win outcome for all, though, nonetheless. For some of you deciding to close out in a connection here or partnership with the Libra or a Gemini, or this could be an old part of yourself, so you no longer stop yourself from enjoying your life and doing what you love to do. because of this energy in your environment that has been projected onto you in the past. And at the bottom of the deck, working on you, 8 of Coins, refining your craft. And this gives me a vibe of somebody working and they're just truly enjoying what they love to do without, thoughts that they may have had in the past, again, because of energies that weren't even theirs. Because 8 and 5, that's 13. Yeah, you've reached the galactic center where now the gravitational pull is removing what no longer serves you so you can focus on what it is that you must do. Healthy habits, you know, getting more connected with your herbs. 23636. So some of you are amazing root workers. And it was this journey that was teaching you all about that. All of the research that you do based on certain situations, had it not been for that situation, would you have researched it? You know, like I said, be open to healing information, shift perception, and being the great teacher, which is also someone who is the hermit, allowing yourself to feel love and be loved. And the source is now asking you to hold this space here because you got a lot of deep, profound, mystic energy around you at this time. Because under that was the oracle. Wait for important information that's going to continue to light your path. During this moment, take the time to reflect, trust in the unknown, because you're being connected to your dream, your journey, as you have grown within the current situation as the wise one, to ignite your passion and bask in the joy and light and enjoy the growth and reap of rewards. That's the Empress again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That was 11 there. Back to that 19. Adjustments are required. Be open to healing information, shift your perception, and learn from those spiritual experiences. It's a win-win outcome for all. That's how it feels. It's truly a win-win outcome for all. So the more compassion and love you have in your heart, baby. All right. This is the final message now. Final message. Thank you all again for vibing with me on this amazing energy read. Thank you again for your currency exchange. Final message. Move forward. Move forward. 23. This is from the Cosmos. This is from this deck, the Cosmic Reading cards. Activation cards for the soul. And that's the first card we started with, Sowilo, the energy of the sun. Wholeness the body requires. The seat of the soul. Strengthening of psychic centers, the chakras. Force of fire in the physical and mental world due to your lessons of your past. Force of fire in the physical and mental world. And 23 speaks of one page away. Where's the card? Here you go. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. You are being encouraged to let go and release the skeletons of your past. Constantly shifting back and forth between better or harder times only takes away from today. Constantly resurrecting situations and circumstances that are long gone only serves to take away from this moment. You exhaust valuable energy holding on to frustrations that keep you tied to the memories of your past skeletons. Being in this state of mind is no different to keeping you locked in one chapter of a book. This book never ends due to your inability to move forward. Moving forward physically is not the same as moving forward mentally. Although your physical body carries you through to each experience each day, your mind lingers and holds on to the past. Having this duality of mind and body does not allow the present moment to be fully appreciated and utilized. This may leave you wondering why your visions and dreams always seem to be out of reach. To enjoy a life of manifestation and fulfilled dreams, your mind, body, and spirit must work together as one. For it is only through working in wholeness, Ashe, that you are able to create a life of choice. This is the secret to abundance and real joy. The past is the past. Embrace its lessons and be grateful for the memories and adventures it has brought to your life. Now breathe in deep and let it go. Breathe in deep and let it go. Breathe in deep and let it go. One more time. Breathe in deep and let it go. For it is time to move on, dear one, as challenging as it may be. It is time. New adventures and possibilities await. This was, listen, the affirmation. I am grateful for my past experiences, good and hard. I embrace the lessons learned and now move forward courageously. I am grateful for my past experiences, good and hard, to learn cause and effect. I embrace the lessons learned and now move forward courageously. One more time. I am and I allow the gratitude of being grateful for my past experiences, good and hard. I embrace the lessons learned and now move forward courageously. The associated chakras, the base, the sacral, and the solar plexus. The three we were talking about this entire time. Balancing those out to connect to the heart to do what you love to do, not just what you have to do, what you want to do because you can. Do you love that? If it's not what you love, 24402. You're so welcome, Santron. Do what you love to do, y'all. I love you so much. This was an amazing reading. This one would definitely be timeless. For sure. Shout out to Mama 23. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the next live.